episode of Live, Eat, Be Well Batch Cooker Day. So today,
Batch Cooker Day.
we are gonna batch cook breakfast burritos.
Batch cook breakfast burritos.
This is what happens when you have a snow day. So my husband really loves breakfast burritos, and these are an easy thing that you can make and cook ahead. These are an easy thing that you can cook ahead. Sorry about that, kids. That you can cook ahead, and then he can just grab out of the freezer and heat up. So we start with Tofu Scramble. So we want to get a pan and turn it to medium heat. Actually, I thought you could see better in the pan. Okay, so we want to turn our pan on medium heat. And then what I have here is one complete like medium-sized diced onion, and then one orange bell pepper, because I had an orange bell pepper, but red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, whatever, diced bell pepper. Now, if you don't like chunky onion in your tofu scramble, or if you're new to being vegan, if you didn't like it in your like scrambled eggs type meals, then you can replace that with about I wrote it down, about 2 teaspoons of onion powder. So what we're gonna do now is we are just gonna saute this. I dry saute it. You notice I did not add anything to the pan. Bell peppers are super watery, and so are these onions. So I'm just gonna dry saute this for a few minutes until it's kind of translucent, and then I will see you later.
Finger is fine.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but they have gone to a sort of soft, nearly translucent color. They're definitely soft now though. So now I'm going to add in my tofu, and this is the kind of tofu I use. It's Silken Tofu from Mori New brand. I buy it at Costco, but Costco isn't going to carry it anymore, but they carry it at Whole Foods, and they will give you a case discount on it. So I drained out like what little bit of liquid was in there. So what I'm going to do is dump it in here and then crumble it up. But you could like put it in a bowl first and crumble it up, but whatever. So I'm going to use 2 of the 12.3 ounce containers of that. Come on. You can see it. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate and it crumbles itself up. Ah, self-crumbling tofu. Gotta love that. Okay, so then I'm just going to crumble that up into like small pieces. Kind of like little bite-sized pieces. And we're going to be doing a lot more stirring of this, so it's going to continue to crumble as we go along. And if you didn't watch my earlier videos, today is a snow day. So I'm doing a lot of my batch cooking today because it keeps the house warm and cozy, and you can probably hear my kids in the background because it's a snow day. So we're all having fun, doing fun things, staying in our pajamas all day.
Yeah! Pajamas!
Pajamas for life. Okay, so I've got that pretty good and bite-sized up. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding in my spices, and I made myself a little cheat sheet. So I'm going to start with nutritional yeast, and I'm going to give you a little nutritional yeast trick. This is the nutritional yeast that I have right now. It's the KAL nutritional yeast from Sprouts. It's $17.99 for this giant-sized one, which is a pretty decent price. But if you go to bulkfoods.com, if you use lots of nutritional yeast, you can get a 5-pound bag for $35, which is a really good price. Okay, so I'm going to put in 6 tablespoons and make a mess. So you probably couldn't see that because I was making such a big mess. I had to sort of lean over the pan, but they were like rounded heaping tablespoons because we love nutritional yeast. Okay, and now I need a teaspoon measure. I think they're all 30, so I'm gonna have to use one of these. Okay, so then I need garlic powder. So you can use fresh garlic if you want. I've tried it with fresh garlic. I prefer it with garlic powder. So 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of cumin. Oh, I forgot to get one of the spices out. And that cumin is going to make it taste so delicious. Then what's going to give it the nice color is turmeric. I'm about running out of my turmeric, but you're going to put half a teaspoon of turmeric in there. Then you want to put in some black salt. Another trick, this is called like I don't know how to say it, Kalamata salt or something. It's like an Indian salt. So if you want to get it really, you can get it off Amazon, but if you want to get it really inexpensively, you go to the Indian store if you have one in your town, and they have it for pretty cheap. So you want to put a couple of pinches for this size. So I'm just going to put, it gives it kind of like an eggy taste. I'm going to put about 3-4 pinches in there, and maybe 1 to grow an inch. Okay, and then my final ingredient, because you know nothing is complete in my house without liquid smoke, I'm going to put 3 squishes of liquid smoke in there, and now I'm going to mix that all in. Okay, so you just want to mix it all together until it's well coated. Oh, and then last thing, done so much cooking today, I'm just like, whoa. 2 tablespoons of mustard, and I use spicy brown mustard. That's my favorite kind. I would use a spicy brown or Dijon mustard. That's my recommendation, but if you just hate that kind of mustard, I guess you could get away with using like a table mustard, but I would really use a Dijon or spicy brown mustard. Okay, so then we're going to mix that all up, and if you see any big chunks, just kind of mush them up.
Right?
Okay, now here's the part where you want to add any like delicate vegetables. So I'm going to add in 2 diced tomatoes, and these are all optional. So you could put in mushrooms, you could put in carrots, you could put in eggplant, you could put in asparagus would be lovely, broccoli, really anything that you like would be good. And I'm going to put in some handful of spinach. And I sort of feel about spinach like anytime you can mix it into something, you should. So then I'm just going to let that cook up until it is warm through. And then I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, so basically I just let that cook until the spinach wilted, and now I'm going to put it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a burrito shell, and then I'm going to wrap it in parchment paper. I use these tiny burrito shells because he likes to eat a bunch of them. And then we like to put a squirt of like salsa or something on it. So I'm going to use some of our homemade salsa. We have just a little bit left. So I want to use that up, but you could also put like a squirt of sriracha, or like this Trader Joe's chili pepper sauce is super delicious. So that is also a yummy option. So I need a bigger spoon. So I'm going to take just a spoonful of it and put it kind of down the center. Then I'm going to take a little spoon of salsa. Then I'm going to wrap it into... My battery totally died, so I'm back. I've been rolling burritos this entire time, but now I'm going to share with you. Do you want to taste? Okay, so here's how we roll. Okay, a couple of things I forgot to mention. We want to use a slotted spoon. So see how I have slots in there? That just helps if there's excess liquid, then you don't get it all on the burrito. So usually about a spoon and a half full is going to be enough, because you don't want to overfill it, or it's going to like squish out the sides. So then I just roll it in a burrito style. I don't roll it California style because these are small burrito shells and there's not really enough room to roll in the sides. Then I take my parchment paper, and can you see that? Can you see all of this? I'm trying to see if you can. Okay, so I take my parchment paper and then I just roll it twice, then I tuck the sides in, and then I just finish rolling it until it's like a little package. See? Then I just put it right into my Ziploc bag until they all are in there like this. So this tofu scramble is going to make 15 burritos. And then I'm going to have enough left over to make I'm going to run out of burrito shells or it would make more. And so I think it makes about 20 burritos. But then I'm going to just put some in a pita for Roberto to have for dinner tonight. Since I'm going to run out of taco shells, I didn't have as many as I thought I had. So that's how we batch make them. And then you see how I have them in here, inside. They're in their parchment paper inside of this, and I'm just going to lay them in the freezer. Then when you want to have them for breakfast, you just open it, you pull out however many you want, then you can just pop them in the microwave for like a minute and they're good to go, or until they're thawed through, you know, just like a frozen burrito. So I hope that that helps you have some batch baking breakfast ideas the vegan way, and until next time, I hope you live, eat, and be well.
I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and check out my Facebook page and website.